Hello everybody, this is Ben85. Welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 19 Season 2. This is the last thing we need for our pig food mixer. I'm excited, I want to get it running. I'm also looking at time-wise, we really need to get it running because I'm running out of time. They're running out of food. There's a lot of corn here. This is partway through our field that we bought. I don't know if it's half gone or something like that. There's probably another semi-full on that field. And then hopefully when it turns to mid-autumn, we can get all of the cornfields over there taken off. And we'll probably end up getting rolling on the tillage here pretty soon too. Like I said, it's getting dark. We gotta get feed running here. It's only 8 o'clock, but we're gonna be feeding the animals under the lights, I'm pretty sure. At least tonight we are. Which at least is okay, because that means tomorrow I don't have to worry about them. There's our really loud crick running through there. Really loud. But, I'm excited to see this stuff grow. Excited to see how far we get. Technically it hasn't come up yet. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be 100% purely chopping. Hopefully we can chop that stuff down. Oop, too far. Right there. And I think we have to turn it on. Oh, no, I think it's processing already. Or maybe that just means it's ready to go. I don't know, I guess I'll find out here. I'm excited to see this thing run. I love the flashing light too. Alright, there we go. We're all set up. Let's check this out. Turn our flashlight on. I think it's actually running. Let's see. It's active. Auto start is on. It's producing 10,000 liters per hour. So I guess we gotta wait 1 hour before this fills up. Kicks over here. But it shows we got everything we need. I guess we just gotta let her run, and we'll have our output listed up there when it's all ready to go. So I'm gonna go feed the cows. I'm actually gonna run this one back home. Right now there's a great demand for oats. We've got 32,000 units, so we can sell it for some quick cash. I think it'll be beneficial for us. I'm actually going to take it this way, just because it's a little quicker to go through here. And we'll check back in when that pig food is ready to roll. It is getting dark out. I apologize if you can't see while I'm running full lights. Hopefully you can see what's going on here. I'm having a hard time seeing what's going on, so we're probably in the same boat. I'm just going to cut the corner early, I don't care. Heading up this way. There should be some pig feed ready to go. I want to see how it all plays out numbers-wise. Let's see here. Make my turn. Go right about here. Perfect. Well, let's see. It used up the whole bale. I kind of figured it would. Oh, it only needed 10 units more. That's crazy. I'm gonna actually pull this around here if I can. I want to get some more light on the subject over here. just so we can see what's going on at the plant here. Alright. So it processed some. So it made 13,000 liters. It took some from, 55. Okay, so it is, it's the old numbers is what it's doing. So it's using more wheat, a little bit more corn, and a lot less sunflowers. That's the old, I don't know if you want to call it the mix ratio that was used previously. Seasons changed it, but it's okay, because what it's going to do is it's going to mix it on that rate. We'll just accept it as a necessary thing that we need to do for the convenience of mixing it like we are. So then all I have to do is come over here and start filling. And I've got a full load of Pigfood. Looks like we might want to extend the road around our plant. I think that's going to be the best bet now that I look at this. At least we can see how much we have in there. And we'll have a decent amount mixed up, ready to go for us for a while. So we officially have pig feed. Woohoo! So let's drive her up here. Let's see, tip side I want to be right side there. Feed the animals for 2 days. Good enough. So with that, other than feeding the cows, I have almost everything set up. It is almost 10 o'clock at night, which is when I usually shut down. So I'm going to feed the cows and go into the next morning and continue our harvest. And we're probably going to have to do some silage today as well. If we get the chance, we'll have to see how things work out. Or we may actually wait until the very end for silage. Wait for those 2 fields over there to get as far as we can and hope we can chop them. And if we can't, then we wasted a bunch of seed and a bunch of time, but it is what it is. We tried, right? So we'll keep on trucking. Well, here we are, guys, still trucking along, getting corn off, getting crops harvested. I guess all we have left is corn anyways, but that's what we're going after, and it's hard to believe, but we are actually combining this field over here. We were expecting to chop it, but didn't make sense to chop it. And we got 2 fields. Darn it. 2 fields that are never going to make it. Now that you look, it's mid-autumn. They need 2 more stages of growth. And we're only going to get 1 more stage of growth. So it's not going to happen. Those 2 fields are going to have to be chopped for silage. There's no 2 ways, no other way around it. So therefore, we are actually harvesting this field, and then I harvested the field over there by the church already. That one is all done. Biggest thing to note, I guess, is we've still got a lot of corn left. I've been looking at it and just, we've got a lot of acres left to do. And we have a lot of corn in storage already. I'm pretty sure we're not going to have enough storage for what we have. On this guy up here, because what we have, you can see here, let's see, this field's almost done. So I got all these fields harvested, these fields harvested here. So these 2 fields are going to be corn that's going to be up for harvest for combining, and this one as well. These 2 are the ones that are going to get chopped. So that's a lot of ground that still has to be chopped, and or not chopped, harvested. And we've got this load that we have now will be another 60. Will be right around 480,000. So we're gonna have almost a 500,000 units harvested already, and we probably got at least that 2 harvests still. That guy's probably not gonna make it to the end. The other thing I'm gonna have to do here, I'm gonna do that after I'm done with this harvesting, and I'll just bring you guys back for it. But we've got to do something with the pigs, and I'll explain why when I come back for that. Alright, so here we are with the pigs, and what I was trying to say before is this. Pigs are designed to be sold, I guess, right around the half-year mark, and that's where you put the least amount of input in to get a good weight. We're obviously a little over that. Most of that from me not knowing what the ideal timeline would be. So we're going to end up selling these guys. I forget how many fit in a truck. Apparently quite a few. I'm going to take them this way. I'm going to see if I can take them up the field road we've been using. So I think the plan is going to be we're going to switch gears here. I think we just got 2 loads in there. But I think our plan is going to be to switch to a different type. We have Berkshire, I think, pigs in here. And I could figure that out pretty quick, couldn't I? Pig building. Berkshire, yep. Berkshires are designed as, what are they? Fallow to feeder, I want to call it. Which is basically from once you wean off the piglets, you start feeding them feed and you grow them up until they're big enough. But this is, I guess, the ideal point. After this, you just start feeding them so much that your returns actually go down. It would be cheaper now since we're using our own grain, but they're still worth a dollar amount that they're worth if we were to sell it instead of running it through the pigs. So it's time to sell them off. Actually, no, now that I think about it, I got that wrong. It's not fallow to finish, it is, or fallow to feeder, it's feeder to finish. That's what we bought. So let's see, they start out at 281, and we're selling them at 706. So, I mean, we're going to make a little money off of them, about 500 a pig. Which I'm okay with. So it's going to put about 50,000 into our pockets for all the pigs. I don't know if that was worthwhile or not. But we're going to switch to a different style. Which instead of a feeder to finish, it's going to be a fallow to finish. Which means we're going to get some mother pigs. And we're going to let them, I was going to say calve out, but have their piglets. And then we're going to raise the piglets and basically go off of that. So they're going to keep producing piglets, and we're going to keep growing them up until they're about a half a year old. And then we're going to sell them off. It's going to require more capital. It's going to require some more money feeding them wise, more babysitting them a bit, but I think it's going to be a little more worthwhile. The ideal way to do it, to make it simple, is probably to have a couple pig farms, some smaller ones, and just move them around. But I'm just going to leave them in one building. And we're going to basically track them through that way. So we're going to have to grab the rest of the pigs here, send them over, and then let's see. Oh, I didn't make that corner very well. I wish I could just, oh, let's just do it this way. That's not so bad. We're going to have to see which pigs we're going to be best off for. It might even be in our season's information. We'll have to check that quick. We can actually check that together if we want. We're gearing up here. We've got... Actually, we're going to have 2 days here where we can do other things other than harvesting because we got to wait till day 9 of autumn. Wait for late autumn to show up. I've got a lot of fields that need lime, so I'm going to start spreading lime on the fields. At least to get that part figured out, plus we got fertilizer and stuff to put down. I'd like to get all that stuff done. And that way, even if we run out of time to dig stuff, at least that stuff's done. We don't have to worry about it. We'll dig it in the spring if we have to. Oh, poor mailbox. Oh, there's a car coming. Maybe I should watch the road instead of watching when I'm tipping over. Oops. We got a crop rotation we got to figure out as well. I want to do some crazy things next year. Play around with this map a little bit. So I think livestock trailer's full. So what if we go here? There we go. Now we can push them over that way. Confirm that. And then if we go back into their mother breed, so the Yorkshire is the mother breed. Very fast growing animal but requires a small amount of capital for the initial purpose. Slower growing animal but much cheaper to purchase initially. Very hardy and great for the starting farmer. So that's a newborn one. Spotted here. Known for their carcass quality. Spotted grows relatively fast and can be purchased for a modest amount. So I think we should buy a load of these guys. And actually, it may not be a bad idea. We should probably just purchase another set. Bring it up to 72. Well, I guess first we should... let's go into here. Go into our garage. Our truck is just driving wherever it wants to be. That might be an issue. Where's our pig farm? Pig farm. Can handle 150. I don't know how many pigs we're going to get. So I'm just going to get the first batch. And we'll see what they do when they start producing little piggies. So I'm going to put these guys in there and start spreading lime and continue on until we can finally start taking some silage off. So for the longest time, since I've been starting to do lime, back in the very first season here, I've been trying to figure out a way to transport lime and get it into our spreader in bulk form. Come on, buddy. Might have got this thing stuck. So I want to try something. I've been thinking about this for a little bit. I'm curious if I can, let's see, tip side is the grain door. If I can back this to the conveyor, if the conveyor will let me empty to it. Not quite lined up. And did it change? I can figure out here. Oh, I think it'll work. So I think we gotta turn. No, this belt's on no matter what. Oh, it does work. Look at that. And we can fill up our spreader just from that. That's awesome. All right, well that's a big deal because that means we can take this truck over. Something moved. I wonder if we're just not quite lined up straight. Or something like that. I don't know, it's not perfect, but it's better than running our spreader all the way back to the home farm here to fill up and then running it all the way back to the field. So this definitely is an improvement. Sweet. Well, I guess we're just going to keep chugging away. I've got these fields all done. I've got to do this little bit of this field. We can do 6, 7 is planted, so we can't touch that. And then those 2 fields need it. And these 2 need plowing. So we got our work cut out for us. That's for sure. Should be just about full here. I think it'll go down to 45,000 and that's where it'll stop. Oh, it's probably filling the belt too. Yep, there's some on the belt. Well, there we have it. Another use for this belt system. And we are all filled up. Yep, and ready to go. Alright, I'm gonna keep working. Alright guys, so I know I said we would be getting to doing silage this episode, but I actually think we're not going to make it. I want to say when I started this episode, it was somewhere around 160 hours of gameplay. We have officially crossed last year's, last season's gameplay in that save, because we are over 171 hours now. So we're probably looking at 12, 13 hours of gameplay just working on this episode. Part of it is because we've expanded so far. Our equipment has not caught up to the size of the farm we're running. We got the big tractor, but we're going to need a bigger, I guess probably a cultivator. I don't know if I want to go with a disc harrow. I think I want to go with a cultivator of some sort. Something bigger, not as big as that giant one that we used previously. We may end up even getting a bigger planter too. Something that'll do some things besides corn, or besides something that'll do the grain crops, basically. We do have a great demand going on right now, which is why I'm shipping out these sunflowers here. Trees are definitely changing color. Leaves are going to be falling pretty soon. Tomorrow is going to be the 9th day of autumn, so we're going to go into late autumn, which will hopefully advance all of the other cornfields into harvest stage, except for the 2 that we're going to be chopping off. I have a feeling we have nowhere near enough space for the silage, so we're going to have to find a way to store that silage, somewhere to put it. Price on this stuff's really good, actually. It's what, 23? Oh, here. Yeah, I'm showing this too. Slowly getting everything fertilized. Nope, that's... Actually, that is where I want to be. As far as cultivated goes, though, we're quite a ways behind on that. I'm working on this one still. We got these guys. I still have this one to fertilize, and this one to fertilize, and these 2 to fertilize, and those 2 to dig. It's there's a lot going on, and not a lot of time to get it done. But luckily, most of the digging and stuff we can do in the spring too. There'll be time when the ground gets thawed out where we can dig, but we're not going to be able to plant. So we do have a lot of time we can work with when spring rolls around, so I'm not too worried about that. We just gotta try to get everything harvested. That's what it's gonna come down to. So I guess this episode's gonna be a little shorter than most are. There's a lot of little bits and pieces and cuts here and there, and basically we just keep advancing and getting things further along. Been doing a lot of digging with that tracked caterpillar that we have. Really liking it. That tractor is nicer and nicer every time I use it. That would be the digger. That would be that tractor. I'm probably done with that field. So hopefully I get everything dug up on the home farm area there. And then we can go into harvesting. I didn't even check to see. I'm gonna have to feed these guys once today. We've got rain coming in Thursday. Oof. Wait a second. Okay, today. So we got no. This is tomorrow. Darn. We're gonna have a day of rain. That is not good. So I guess we're gonna have to hit the silage early or right away tomorrow and see where we can get with that. And try to make a big push for trying to harvest as much corn as we can. We may have to purchase some equipment. That's why I was selling stuff too, to help us out. Maybe what we have to do. But with that, guys, I'm going to wrap things up. So thank you guys all for watching. And as always, take it easy.